So in this video, I will be showing you how to solve Rubik's Cube, and I have recorded every single possible scenario, so it will not be confusing. So first we're going to start with the red cross. So the red and blue, as you can see, are switched, the edge piece, right? So you're going to turn it to the right, and you're going to do right inverse, up, face inverse, and then up inverse. And as you can see, the red and blue pieces are now aligned. So the next piece we're going to do is red and green. And it's the wrong way, so you're going to do right inverse, up, face inverse, up. And I'm going extremely slow as to not confuse. So the next one is the red and yellow. And in this one, it was already aligned, so I didn't do the move again. Trying hard not to breathe into the microphone. So the last piece, I believe, is red and white, and this one was in the wrong position, so I just turned it. Okay. So, okay. I'm just waiting for myself to hurry up. So it's in the wrong place, so you can do turn to the right and do right inverse, up, face inverse, up, inverse. And now we have all the red edge pieces aligned. Next is the corner pieces. As you can see, we're going to place whatever corner we need in the bottom right. So the first one I did was red, yellow, and green. So we're going to take that piece and turn it to the corresponding place. So after you turn it in the bottom right, based on what it looks like, you're going to do it 3 times, 5 times, or 1 time. So the move we're going to do, I'm going to do it again, is right inverse, down inverse, right, down. I will do it again with the red, blue, and yellow. Well, that one, since it was already like in the right position, I just turned it away, turn that one down, and turn it back. But if you don't want to do that, then you can just do right inverse, down inverse, right down. So once again, right inverse, down inverse, right, down, right inverse, down. I did down twice because of where it was facing to the right, so I just skipped a step. But if you don't want to skip a step, you can just do right inverse, down inverse, right down. I don't believe in one of these I actually did the whole step. I think I took a shortcut each way, but that's just to speed up the process. So there we go, that's the right one. So this one shouldn't be confusing. So as you see, it's in the right place. But for this one, I did the whole entire thing, I believe. So I did right inverse, down inverse, right, down, right inverse, down twice to skip, right, down, right inverse, down inverse, right, and then, well, I don't have to do it again since I finished it. You probably heard me swallow my spit. So after that, you turn it upside down, and I have different scenarios. So this one is from the left to right. Oh, excuse me, from right to left. So the yellow and blue, you're going to turn it up inverse, left inverse, up, left, up, face, up inverse, face inverse. Now before you yell at me, don't worry, I still have a right to left. I'm in a left to right. So this one is another right to left, up inverse, left inverse, up, left, up, face, up inverse, face inverse. Now, if you have one that's in the middle, you want to place it to the right side. As you can see, it's not on top, so you can do up, right, up inverse, right inverse, up inverse, face inverse, up, face. And that changes from the middle to the top. So it's right there. And that's yellow to green. Yeah. So when it's from left to right, you can do up inverse, or up, right, up. Well, just watch it. I'll try again. The next one. So, another one that's in the middle. You place it to the right, you do up, right, up inverse, right inverse, up inverse, face inverse, up, face, and then you put it, so, right, left to right, up inverse, right inverse, up inverse, face, inverse, up, face. So this is all three scenarios. One where it's in the middle, one is left to right, and one is right to left. So after you do that, you're going to have to have a L. So for L, you're going to do F, up, right, up inverse, right inverse, face inverse. Now if you don't have the L, and you have a bar, as I'm about to show you, you have a bar, you place it horizontal, and you're going to do face, right, up, right inverse, up inverse, face inverse. So if you don't have a bar or the L shape, you can, and you have the dot, you're going to do one of the moves. This one I did face, up, right, and then you end up with the bar. So you do face, right, up, right inverse, up inverse, face inverse. Now after you have the cross, this scenario is when you have none of them. So you're going to find an orange piece, face it to the left, and then do this move I'm showing you right now. And you're going to do it, so you're going to have a corner piece, and you want to face it to the bottom left, and do right, up, right inverse, up, right, up twice, and then right inverse. Now the other scenario is to where you have it at the bottom left already, so you want to keep it at the bottom left and do right, up, right inverse, up, right, up, right, inverse. This is one of the most repetitive moves. And then you're going to have that, so you do it once again, put it in the bottom left, and do this same move. So this is a scenario to where you have two corner pieces. So what you want to do is you want to find a orange piece on the bottom and make it face the left, and you're going to do right, up, right inverse, up, right, up, twice, right inverse, and then you'll have this. So once again, you find a piece, make it face the left, the bottom left, right, and you do right, up, right inverse, up, right, up, right inverse, and then you're going to have this corner piece, so you make it face the bottom left, and you do it once again, and there you go. So in this scenario, you're going to have two corner pieces that's in the correct place already. So you face that to the back, and you're going to do right inverse, face, right inverse, back twice, right, face inverse, right inverse, back twice, right twice, and then up, inverse. Now if you don't have one to where the colored pieces are already next to each other, you're going to twist it so that the right corner pieces, while the correct ones, are diagonal from each other. So the orange, green, and white is diagonal from the orange, blue, and yellow. Place it diagonal and do the same move. You see, I would say it, but I figured you could just look at it too. And then once you do that, you're going to have one that is in the correct places, that's right next to each other, which is a white in this case, and you face it in the back, and you do right inverse, face, right inverse, back, back, right, face inverse, right inverse, back twice, right twice, and then up inverse. So we're almost done. So now I have 3 more scenarios. So this one is when you have a color that's correct. So you want to face that in the back, and you're going to do, this is from right to left, because green has to go to the left, and the white has to go to the left. So you'll face the correct one in the back, and do face twice, up, left, right inverse, face twice, left inverse, right, up, face, face. Now this is a scenario from which it is left to right instead of right to left. So it's going to be face twice, up inverse, left, right, face, face, left inverse, right, up inverse, face twice. Now in this one, none of the edge pieces are in the correct place. So what you can do is you can do either of the ones, but this one I'm doing the face twice, up, left, right inverse, face twice. So basically you just do the same move twice. So you see you have the blue correct, so you face it in the back, and you do face, face, up, left, right inverse, face, face, left, right. And there you go. So hopefully this thing was helpful. I've showed every scenario that can possibly happen when you're solving the cube. And yeah.